Well, hello there. For today, I'd like to share an idea with you, which is just one of the most potent ways of increasing our engagement with our viewers, with our listeners, with our readers for our sales and marketing messages, and just helps us to increase sales. It is just so powerful. I'll share it with you now. Well, hello there. My name is Peter Thomson. I'm the UK's most prolific information product creator, and over the last 27 years, since I sold my business and semi-retired, I've been sharing my knowledge, experience and expertise and my take on things with coaches, consultants, speakers and trainers, people like me and you who help our clients, customers and patients to either solve problems or capitalise on opportunities. And in fact, building for ourselves businesses and lives of choice. This idea is using testimonials. Now, if we think of the work of Robert Cialdini and his great book, Influence, Science and Practice, I've actually met the man and interviewed him. One of his key ideas about persuasion with integrity is social proof. And it really works so well. I've been using testimonials in my sales career, going out to see clients for the last, must be 40 years. And so what I want to do today is I want to go through some of the key ideas of how to set up the right type of testimonials that are really powerful for you. And then right at the end of this video, I'm going to give you an idea that most people never even consider. And I found it to be probably the most powerful way of sharing my testimonials. So what is a testimonial? Well, basically a testimonial is a reference from somebody else who's already bought and used our products or our services. And the great way to set those up, whether or not they're going to be on video or audio or written, is in this particular formula. Firstly is for the person giving the testimonial to state who they are and what they do. This wants to be brief. I've known some video testimonials where the person giving the testimonial was talking around for 5 minutes about who they are and what they do, almost like an advert before they got to the important bits. The next part of the testimonial about who they are and what they do is what their problem was, so that the person who's reading or watching this particular testimonial can relate to it. So what's the problem that brought them to this potential solution in the first place? Then what happened in order to create the solution, the what happened, then the solution that occurred, and then the benefits that they got from the solution. And then the final bit is the call to action. So it's quite a simple system if you think about it. It's who they are, what they do, what was the problem, what was the activity that took place in order to solve the problem, what the resolution was, and what the benefit of that was, and then their particular urging or call to action. So that's a very simple system, isn't it, for getting testimonials. So I would urge you to take this away and use it. Now, what's this important bit that I said that I'd mentioned right at the end of today's video? It's this. If you're having a meeting with a potential client, and this is face-to-face, and let's say that you've collected over time a number of testimonials and you've decided to do what I did when I was using testimonials in this way, directly face-to-face with clients, is to put them into a book of some description. You know, one of those folders where there's plastic sheets where we can insert the written testimonials. And then what I would do is I would mention to a client that I had some testimonials about people who'd used my services and the results that they got. And I'd ask if they'd like to read it. And of course they would say yes. I don't think I've ever had anybody say no. So I would pass over my book of testimonials, which were the originals. I had copies of them, but they were the originals on the original letterheads. And then I would say this: where's the gents? Where's the gents? Yes. I would always, and I mean always, leave the room while somebody was reading the testimonials. Because if you're sitting there and then the other person has got the testimonials and they're reading them, I'll use Cialdini's book for example, I'm going through and I'm reading all the information, that silence while someone's reading and you're not saying anything can get a little bit awkward. So it's far better to leave the room, and where it's the gents or the ladies is a great idea as the reason why you want to leave the room. And probably you want to use the facilities anyway at some stage. So where's the gents? And off you go and leave the person. Now, when you come back, there's some fascinating information to pick up. Where's the book? Is it already closed and back in your briefcase? In which case you've got a bit of a problem, you probably need to leave. Is it closed and back on your side of the table or the desk? Some more work to be done. Is it still on the other person's side of the desk and open and they're still looking? Is it in their hands and they're actually still reading it? This position of the book of Testimonials when you return shortly thereafter from leaving will give you a great insight into what's happening in this relationship. So there's some cracking ideas to take away with the power of testimonials, the power of social proof, one of the original 6 ideas that Cialdini talked about. Really, really powerful. So if you've got any comments or questions, whatever it might be, please put them down there and I'll start a dialogue with you. And in the meantime, I wish you every success in all your adventures in life as you have freedom from anything that may have held you back and freedom to be, do and have whatever you set your heart and mind upon. If you think I can help you in your business, why don't you get in touch? Here's my email, success@peterthomson.com. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click to watch the next video. Remember to visit our website at peterthomson.com and download your free copy of my latest book, How to Write Your Business Book in 5 days or less. Until next time, every success.